What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Virgin Galactic. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what's been really moving it and why this might be a good time to buy or not. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Virgin is down 1.1%, 310 the high, 302 the low. So it is kind of trading within a set range. Very low volume though. So 2.5 million shares being traded. So this has been more of a common occurrence for the last year and a half. It's just lower and lower volume. Similarly, you're not really seeing that much in institutional transactions. So institutions are still waiting for the next big catalyst, which I will kind of bring up in this video as well. But right now, no transactions occurring on the secondary market, and so far around 4 on the dark pool. Dark pool is often enough to use by shorts, and so shorts have been making up for a good about 50 to 55% of the daily volume. So that's been the biggest issue with Virgin. So it seems to be at the discretion of shorts, but there is a lot of good things that has happened. So I don't do that frequent of Virgin videos. I think my last one was about almost a month ago, but since then they did put this out. So Virgin Galactic announces capital realignment transactions related to 2027 convertible notes. So they pushed it to December 31st, 2028, reduced debt by about $150 million. So not only is that good past the ramp up stage, so it's going to be a lot easier and not really so much of a top priority. They can focus on operations rather than this. But it is going to also result in less dilution. That in among itself has been a very big deal for Virgin. And surprisingly, I know I've brought this up in the past, but even though over the last 1 year it's down 42.05%, it's actually doing fairly well considering everything. Considering shorts are making up for a massive amount of the volume, making up for low volume as well as dilution. Virgin definitely is doing very well, and there's a lot of big things. So we're finally in their breakout year, and so 2026, especially since almost Q2 of 2025, I've been saying that 2025 might be rough, but 2026, in theory, this is where things could get very, very positive. So this was posted on Reddit. Kind of feel like their price predictions here are a little bit far-fetched, saying $150 a share, but people love to stay optimistic. But phase 1 is going to be them selling tickets in Q1. I did see some articles, nothing confirmed, but supposedly it's going to be close to the end of January. So that in among itself would be a massive catalyst and as well generate a good amount of revenue, show and signal demand. So that would be the next big catalyst and potentially prompt institutions to buy. And you can kind of see phase 2, phase 3. So there's a lot of big things, especially more so summer to fall. So I personally do feel Virgin right now, given the circumstances, is a huge buy. Very positive risk versus reward at this stage. But then again, obviously you guys do your own due diligence. But aside from that though, there really hasn't been that much in kind of other news or any speculative things being posted on Reddit. There was that S3 that did come out roughly around a week ago. So that is more aligned with their notes as well. So again, there's a lot of moving parts, but I do believe 2026 is going to be their year to shine. And I've been covering Virgin for a while now. Ever since I think late 2022, that's when I first started covering it. I've always been critical, and I've kind of openly given you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not here just to hype it up and pump. In the previous videos, when I do go over some of the data and it looks fairly optimistic, I say it. I say it as that, and usually causes a nice little run. But in Virgin's case, it always kind of hits a key level, and that's always around like the mid 4s. It's always really failed to get above that. All Virgin needs is that nice gentle push above that level, and then you'll see massive breakouts. But at the same time, you really do need shorts off of their backs. So today you're seeing shorts increase about 73,000 shares. 21.68% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 13.6 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average 21.8, so that is an annual rate, not a daily rate. DTC 3.24 days does really signal that shorts are very overextended. But you can kind of see that shorts have been like, this is their game that they play, and it 100% is completely inverse to what happens with the stock price. So again, really showing that shorts run the show, because when shorts return a lot, it adds buying pressure and Virgin does move higher. Flip side obviously does happen as well. These neon kind of blue lines right here, that is all FTDs. So that really does signal that there's a lot of sketchiness happening behind the scenes. FTDs is failure to deliver, and usually is a sign of naked shorting or some overlap. A small amount sometimes could be kind of categorized through ETFs, but this magnitude definitely goes to show that there is a lot of sketchiness happening behind the scenes. And I don't think it's any coincidence that these spikes do coincide with really Virgin starting to move higher. So in my opinion, I think big things will be coming for Virgin. It's just a matter of time. Looking at the options, kind of low volume, so it doesn't really, or it kind of does match with the common stock a little bit. So 133,000 in calls, 111,000 in puts. 72% of all the options being done are bearish in nature. But as I mentioned, there's not really much to analyze from this, either from the bull standpoint or from a bear standpoint. Aside from that, with it at 306, it is trading between this S1 and this S2, so landed so far on this S2. So that's a good support level, and then 297 is going to be that next strong support. Flip side, 312 and then 322 is going to be that next strong kind of target slash resistance points. Aside from all of that fun stuff on the actual chart itself, like Virgin unfortunately is kind of consolidating. It really did have some good momentum, especially most recently in December, but it was this 50-day moving average. That's what it really did struggle with. So there's been, like I said, a lot of good opportunities for Virgin to really move higher. It's just this damn 450 range. It always seems to struggle with that. And this is where, again, shorts do really start to double and triple down to really kill the momentum. And they kind of use a lot of FTDs, so there's a lot of sketchiness happening behind the scenes. But for right now, on the actual chart, it's not looking too great. It is below a lot of the key pivotal moving averages that generally I like to look at. So it is below that 10-day moving average, so kind of signals not much momentum. Stochastic RSI is extremely oversold, so this is where them announcing ticket sales in Q1, possibly in the next week and a half, this is where you could see a nice push higher. And I do believe it should be by the end of January as well, only because that'll give them a good talking point for their upcoming earnings. And potentially if their earnings doesn't come in line with expectations, they could use that as a kind of good distracting kind of tool. But nonetheless, right now I do believe Virgin is going to be still at the mercy of the broader market, but it's definitely, its time is coming that it's ready to really move higher. So things are gonna get very hot and heavy, so definitely load the boat if you do believe in it. But if not, just kind of refer to a lot of the support points that I did mention if you're wanting $2 cost average or whatever else. Let me know your thoughts on Virgin Galactic. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you generally doing? And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.